You know how we often think of influence as this kind of magical quality that some people just have? Well, what if I told you it's not magic at all? What if it's a skill you can actually build with a specific blueprint? Today, we're going to break down how you can create your very own influence action plan, a real concrete roadmap to making a bigger impact, starting right now.
Okay, so before we start building anything, we need to get clear on the problem we're trying to solve. And it's a challenge that's so common in our professional lives that it actually has a name, the influence gap. Let's dive into what that really feels like.
I mean, does this sound familiar to you? You're in a big meeting, you share what you think is a brilliant idea, and it just lands with a thud. Crickets. You know you've got valuable things to contribute, but you just can't seem to get the buy-in you need. That feeling, that frustration of your best ideas getting totally lost on the noise, that right there is the influence gap. It's that space between having a great idea and actually seeing it get heard, respected, and, acted on. So if that's the problem, then what's the fix? Well, it's not about just being louder or more aggressive. It's about being smarter, more strategic. And that strategy? That's what we call your influence action plan. This is the tool we're going to use to build a bridge right over that gap. So what is this thing, really? At its heart, a personal influence action plan is just a focused roadmap. It's about taking all those insights, what you're good at, what your goals are, what your workplace is like, and turning them into clear, simple, actionable steps. The whole point is to intentionally, deliberately level up your leadership impact. Now, for any plan like this to actually work, it needs to have 3 key ingredients. First, it's got to be personalized. This isn't some cookie-cutter template. It's tailored specifically to your strengths and your situation. Second, it has to be measurable. You need to know if you're making progress, right? So we need clear goals. And maybe most important of all, it absolutely must be actionable. This isn't a fancy document that just sits on your hard drive. It's a set of real strategies that you weave into your day-to-day work. All right, so the theory is great, but let's get down to brass tacks. How would we actually build one of these things? It's time to get practical and start architecting your personal roadmap to influence step by step. The whole process really breaks down into 3 core steps. Step 1, assess your abilities. And you have to be brutally honest with yourself here. Ask, when was the last time my idea got shot down and why did that happen? Step 2, define your goals. Get super specific. Don't just say, I want to be more influential. No, say, I am going to get my team to adopt my new workflow idea by the end of the month. And finally, step 3, integrate your strategies. This is where the rubber meets the road, turning these ideas from a plan on paper into your actual everyday habits. The source material really puts it perfectly. It says you have to consolidate your learning into a personalized action plan with clear, measurable goals. That's the secret sauce right there. It's what takes you from just kind of wishing you had more impact to having a structured, intentional path to actually making it happen. So we've talked about the what and the how. Now for my favorite part, the why. What actually happens when you put a plan like this into motion? Let's look at the incredible, meaningful outcomes you can start to drive. Honestly, the transformation is like night and day. Before, you're probably stuck in a reactive mode, right? Your efforts feel scattered and your best ideas just don't land. But with an action plan, you shift into a mode of strategic influence. You have a focused roadmap, so every action has a purpose, and that leads directly to meaningful outcomes. It's the huge difference between just hoping for influence and actively designing it. So what do these outcomes actually look like in the real world? Well, for one, you'll refine your persuasive abilities, learning exactly how to frame your ideas so that people really listen. You'll also strengthen your professional relationships because at the end of the day, real influence is built on trust and connection. And the big one, you'll finally be able to drive meaningful change in your organization. This isn't just about you, it's about becoming a person who truly makes things happen. So as we start to wrap this up, what's the big idea here? It's this. Influence is not some personality trait you're either born with or you're not. Not at all. It is a skill. And just like any other professional skill, you can learn it, you can practice it, and you can master it, as long as you have a deliberate, personalized plan. It all just starts with taking that very first step. So I'll leave you with this one question. Don't worry about the whole roadmap right now. Just think about laying the first stone. What is one small, actionable step you can take this week to start building your influence?